Okay, so our first one is Black History Month, and I'd like to thank Councilmember Mata for bringing this proclamation forward, and he is remote today, so it's requested me to read this on his behalf. So whereas Black History Month is celebrated every February in recognition of achievements by Black Americans and all people of African descent in the United States, and whereas the Black History Month 2023 theme is Black Resistance, which according to the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, explores how African Americans have resisted historic and ongoing oppression in all forms, especially the racial terrorism of lynching, racial programs, and police killings. And whereas the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols by the Memphis Police Department officers is the latest incident in a long line of unacceptable police violence against Black Americans. And whereas Burien Police Department, who through a contract with the King County Sheriff's Office to provide police services, follows model policies for police behavior, including being an early adopter of the 8 Can't Wait recommendations restricting use of force, and have demonstrated transparency by publishing all department policies, internal investigations, and use of force dashboards on their website. And whereas Burien Police Department and the King County Sheriff's Office provide industry-leading training in de-escalation, crisis intervention, and active bystandership for law enforcement, or ABLE, training for all officers, empowering anyone to intervene in any illegal or inappropriate conduct immediately, regardless of rank or status. And whereas the Office of Law Enforcement Oversight, or OLEO, provides independent review of every use of force investigation, is thorough, transparent, and free from investigative bias. And whereas the City of Burien has formed an internal committee committed to pursuing racial equity and taking action to ensure that all people in Burien can benefit equally from city services, processes, and investments by evaluating strategies and taking actions to prevent harm rooted in racism perpetuated by the City of Burien government. And whereas the Highline Heritage Museum is celebrating Black History Month by partnering with the American Writers Alliance to share 28 profiles of Black historical figures from Washington State. And whereas Black and African American community members in Burien own small businesses, work as educators, and contribute to all essential activities that contribute to Burien's prosperity and quality of life. Now, therefore, the City Council of the City of Burien, Washington, does hereby ask all Burien community members to join together to proclaim February 2023 as Black History Month. Okay. Councilmember Mata, would you like to make a few comments?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank Mr. Eddie Rye, who's in the audience today, will give us a couple of words. You know, as I was growing up, I wanted to make sure that I had people that would show me the way, make sure that I made the best choices. And as I was growing up, I seen that not only the Latino, but the African American community shared in the atrocity that occurs on our streets. And I got to say that Mr. Eddie Rye has been a person that's been faithful to our communities in King County, throughout our state, and throughout our nation. And so today, I want to thank him for being here in Burien and for giving us a couple of words of a man that understands the civil rights movement of the 1964, which was a great year for our country, to be able to bring parity to all of us that haven't been represented for a long time. So thank you very much for allowing me to give these kind words to Mr. Eddie Wright. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Mata.
Speak on red. First of all, I want to thank my long-term colleague and friends, brother that struggles in the streets for equality for all communities of color and all underprivileged people. That's Jimmy Mata. I want to thank Mayor Aragon, council members, the city attorney, the attorney for the city attorney, the clerk, the deputy clerk, and because you guys are the ones that make sure that they look good. So I want to thank you for making them look good. I want to say that Black history in some quarters is called critical race theory. Black history is American history. So I just want to leave you with that. On behalf of the Seattle-King County Martin Luther King Jr. Commemoration Committee, I accept this on behalf of all the citizens of Martin Luther King Jr. County, which Burien is in. So thank you very much. And Jimmy Mata, thank you, brother. We appreciate you. And I do want to say that in 1972, I was one of the occupants of the Beacon Hill School 50 years ago, which is now El Centro de la Raza. So I have a long history of working with the Latino Chicano community as well as other communities of color, because back in the 50s and 60s, all we had was each other. So thank you very much.
Thank you.